Hello again. Three news items caught my attention yesterday and both confirmed a view which I have long held. This being that crime and ethnicity are strongly associated, at least in this country. The first story which I saw was headed London burglary gang locked up for 57 years after relentless break-ins across South East. The second I read that headline, I knew without the shadow of a doubt that this would be a bunch of white British men. And so, of course, it proved. I give a link to the story in the description to this video. I've long known that burglary in this country is a traditional crime of the white working class. Don't get me wrong, I find it a dreadful thing to invade other people's homes and steal their treasured possessions. I'm not making light of the matter, but there it is. Almost every burglar in this country is white. Indians, Pakistanis, Africans and Caribbeans very seldom go in for that particular offence. I will also remark that 99% of burglaries are peaceful, in that nobody is physically harmed in the course of the thefts. It's a despicable crime for all that, in quite a different league from robbing a bank, say, or defrauding an insurance company. Talking of fraud leads me naturally to the next news story I read, which is that, and I quote the headline, "Police investigation launched at North London Council over fraud and money laundering." Now, this has got to be either Nigerians or people from the Indian subcontinent. The council in question is Tower Hamlets, so I will leave viewers to decide for themselves which particular group might be involved here. Anybody who said crooked Silettis gets a bonus point. The final headline was "Outrageous Thug Who Killed Dad in Sainsbury's Queue is given a paltry 5-year sentence." This concerned an ordinary man who was waiting in line for the cashier at a branch of Sainsbury's, and somebody decided to push in front of him. Queue jump. When he told the man to wait his turn, the fellow beat him to death. This was very easy as well. Inability to defer gratification, that is to say, queuing up and waiting his turn like everybody else, combined with low impulse control, suggest at once black African heritage. And so it proved. The man concerned may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. At this point, those hell-bent on proving me wrong will start frantically searching the internet for cases of a black burglar, a white English money launderer, or violent and aggressive Indian, things like that, and feel that having unearthed one or two such cases, they've shown that I must be mistaken. Not a bit of it, of course. There are certainly white Englishmen with an inability to defer gratification of their wishes, or indeed unable to control their violent tempers, just as there are undoubtedly white people who launder money. But what we are talking about here is, of course, percentages and trends in conduct, not absolutes. The fact that a young black man in Britain is more likely to end up in prison than he is to attend Oxford University doesn't mean that all black men are sent to prison, or that none at all get into Oxford. That burglary is almost invariably an offence committed by white working class men doesn't mean that all working class Englishmen are burglars. What it does mean is that we can make shrewd guesses about the likely behaviour of certain groups and then often predict the future and so avoid trouble. It would be foolish of me to claim that all Nigerians are crooked or swindlers. That is manifestly untrue. And yet, if I receive an email from a Nigerian who wishes to share £1 billion with me, if only I give him the details of my bank account, then it would be even more foolish of me to do so. We can use those likelihoods and percentages to spot possible dangers and to avoid trouble. This will not protect us infallibly from violence and fraud, but we can greatly reduce the chances of being swindled or assaulted if we look carefully at the ethnicity of those around us. I am saying no more than that.